The whole thing's on video, man. You can say whatever you like.
Arrested for drunk driving. An Albuquerque woman tries to flip the script on the officer, accusing him of sexual assault.
And cops say 23-year-old Deanna Griego padded her bra with something extra. She was placed under arrest for DWI earlier this month.
And it turns out that's what ended up giving her away. Caleb James is live in our newsroom tonight with the newly released lapel video. Caleb.
Yeah, guys, Griego slipped her cell phone into her bra just moments before she was taken into custody, and APD says she used it to hatch a false sexual harassment allegation against her arresting officer.
Hello. Hi.
23-year-old Deanna Griego tried charming.
I'm going to school for being a police officer.
She tried explaining.
My speech impairment.
Oh, okay.
It's embarrassing.
Oh, me too. It's no big deal.
Tried to make sure she was doing everything right.
Just put your right foot in front of your left, touching heel to toe, just like this.
Left or right? Right first, right?
Yes.
Okay.
None of it went too well, though.
3, 4.
You gotta put you in cuffs, okay?
APD officer Jared Frazier arrested Griego for DWI. She blew a .13 at the station, way over the legal limit. And then she said she had to pee.
Bathroom's on your left. Your other left? There we go.
Officer Frazier says he heard Griego talking in the bathroom, asking, quote, "How can I get this officer in trouble?" end quote.
All right.
Then he remembered Griego had slipped her cell phone into her bra back at the traffic stop.
You're not allowed to do that. Go and step out. You're on the phone. You need to step out.
From inside that bathroom, Griego argues with Officer Frazier, says he's violating her rights by opening that door. He points out he can't see her, but then comes this accusation.
Inappropriately touched me while I was going in the car.
The whole thing's on video, man. You can say whatever you like.
Frazier tells his fellow officers about it.
Now she's saying that I touched her while I put her in the car.
I know my rights. And yes, you did.
And when Griego asks for medical attention, he calls EMTs.
Basically, the whole thing's on video. She's accusing me of touching her. And that's where we're at.
APD says a sex crimes sergeant and detective both conducted a full investigation into those claims, and Frazier was cleared of any wrongdoing. I also talked to the APD union president tonight. She says these false allegations against police officers are becoming more common, and members of the public who make them need to be held accountable. But so far, Griego is not facing any additional charges besides the DWI, though APD says it is possible. Reporting live in our newsroom tonight, I'm Caleb James, KOB, Eyewitness News 4.
Detectives spent an entire day searching for a rape suspect who didn't exist.
And now the Volusia County Sheriff's Office is going to charge the 13-year-old girl who made up the story. Channel 9's Jason Allen is live in Deltona. And Jason, you found out deputies usually do not charge kids in these type of cases.
It's handled on a case-by-case basis, but this case was particularly frustrating for the sheriff's office because they were out here in this wooded lot in the middle of the night. They came out with dog teams and helicopters, all to search for somebody, and you'll hear this in the 911 call that a girl made up. He didn't exist.
What, did he say anything to her?
What did he say to you?
He said, don't scream if you scream.
He said,
I want to hurt you more.
he said, don't scream. If you scream, I'll hurt you more.
After that frantic call late Tuesday, 13 patrol cars, 3 investigators, 3 canine units, a crime scene tech, and a helicopter descended on these Deltona woods. The girl's father was out there, too.
Some guy just pulled out in front of my house and with a gun in his hand and said that somebody raped his daughter.
But after an entire night and day of investigating, looking for a man with a knife.
Did he have any weapons?
Did he have any weapons with him? I mean, a knife. He had a knife.
It turned out nothing happened. The 13-year-old girl was with a neighbor boy down the street.
We had an issue to where, what do? You just can't let it go.
The sheriff's office decided to press misdemeanor charges against the girl for filing a false report. They haven't calculated their costs, but said it took resources away from other calls. They have passed on charges before, including after a false abduction report weeks ago, but the key often is the child's reaction. And in this case, the sheriff said, there was no remorse at all.
Did they learn anything from it? Well, here it is. If the individual hasn't learned anything from it, are they going to do it again? Or we're going to have copycats because they see that somebody got away from this.
We learned today the girl even went as far as to look at a photo lineup. If she was an adult, it could be up to a year in jail. Because she's a minor, it'll likely be something like teen court or a diversion program. Reporting live tonight in Deltona, Volusia County, Jason Allen, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Tonight we are hearing from a woman who admits to lying about being raped. The man that she accused of rape went to Sing Sing while she lived with the guilt. It went on for almost 5 years until something happened, and she decided to change her story. What caused that change is something that ABC's Chris Cuomo looked into, and he is here now to tell us more about a story that airs tonight on 2020.
It does. It's nice to see you both. You, of course, have covered this story excellently here at WABC. We're going to learn tonight both why Bjorni Pagero lied in the first place and what it would take for her to overcome that lie and make this situation right. Now, to remind everybody, obviously, this story begins with Bjorni Pagero having a horrifying tale about what happened the night she met a man named William McCaffrey.
He pulled off my pants. He was hitting me. And he raped me.
Did you rape Bjorni?
Of course not.
Did you assault Bjorni?
No, I did not.
Her hair was all crazy.
Was all messed up.
Her mascara was all runny. She looked like she had been in a struggle.
So, Chris, what actually compelled her to come forward after all of this time?
Now, this is what happens. This is what Bjorni says. She said she couldn't live with the guilt. She got involved with her husband with the Catholic Church. They became very devout. She went into a confessional, and she says that she had to make it right, and it wasn't enough just to confess that she had committed the lie, said the lie, but she had to make it right. And that would wind up taking tremendous sacrifice. Where she is now, what her future is, she has a second little child at home, very much in doubt.
Right. Right. It had to have been a very difficult decision after all that time to come forward with it, knowing the possible outcome.
We do stories all the time where people lie. Usually when you get away with it, you do nothing about it. This here is a very powerful story because of what happened before and after.
And what about McCaffrey? He has got to be just so angry. What are his feelings now?
You know, the producer did this story with me, came up with a beautiful word for him, grace. He has used his own faith, his own religion to help him forgive in a situation for this. He's getting back together with his life. But to be in Sing Sing prison for years on a rape
What was it, 4 years?
Yeah.
4 years. Wow.
On a rape charge.
Okay. Look forward to seeing this. Thank you, Chris. And you can see Chris's full story tonight on 2020, 10 o'clock, right here on Channel 7. Don't forget, followed by Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock. Thanks, Chris.